Hey, everybody, this is Alan Fine. I'm here with Richard Aquino, who's the Vice President of Sales for the U.S. for that insurance company, Allianz. We are going to talk about the travel industry's growth, how travel insurance has changed and adapted with time, as well as investments Allianz is making in products and technology, and also its relationship with you, the travel advisor, who's here to watch and learn here on Insider Travel Report. So, Richard, thank you for talking with us.
It is good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, the first topic is growth. Let's go over the kind of growth you've been seeing in the travel industry. You guys are all about the numbers.
Yeah, a tremendous amount of growth. We're seeing growth on a couple different levels, right? If you think kind of like peeling back the onion. One, people are using a travel advisor more than ever, right? You've got that. You've got all this new blood, I'll say, that's coming into the industry, and they're all bringing 10 or 15 clients with them. And then in addition to that, what COVID taught us really is protect your investment, right? So I think it's so much of an easier conversation today than it was. And in fact, my history in the travel industry is from the tour side, right? So years ago, you wouldn't even talk about travel insurance. Now, if you don't bring it up, your client is. Okay.
So, what can you tell us about the new Vacation Confidence Index?
Well, every year for I think for quite a few years, we've been sending out a survey. So we survey over 2,000 people, and actually, what we found is, travel is up, right? People say they want to travel. They're going to spend travel over $2 billion this summer in travel. And the average household is spending over $2,300 in travel and more likely to travel. So I think what we're seeing now, and certainly our partners are saying it, is people are looking for an experience rather than, going out and buying a new car, perhaps. So confidence in travel is high. People are traveling, whether it's to an all-inclusive in Cancun or a trip of a lifetime to Europe. I mean, we're just seeing travel throughout all segments, high. And our travel confidence index at Allianz certainly shows that by the people that we're surveying.
And if they're using insurance more than ever, what kinds of claims are you getting? Delay, baggage, misconnection? What are you showing?
Oh, well, we live in an imperfect world with Mother Nature and human nature, right?
Yeah.
So one is we're still seeing a significant amount of COVID claims. So we're done with COVID, but COVID's not done with us.
Wow.
So people are still getting it and have to cancel their trip, right? And it's a covered reason on most of our plans, if not all of our plans. So, I say don't lose that trip, just, reschedule that trip. But certainly, we're talking about, Mother Nature also with the rainstorms, the fires, unfortunately, that we're seeing across, Hawaii and the United States. I mean, there are, so many reasons to invest in your trip with travel insurance, but we're seeing, rainstorms that shut down airports. We're seeing, as I mentioned earlier, the firestorms that come up that's honestly made some trips to Hawaii uninhabitable. And on many of our plans, that's a covered reason. And of course, we're entering into hurricane season, so that's another reason to come up. That we're seeing. So flight delays, baggage delays, I think are an all-time high. And then you have, we're just talking about how the travel confidence is up in the United States, and we're seeing more travel. Well, we also have, a system with the FAA, I think that is really stretched, right? That is also bringing in some travel delays and making that misconnection benefit really travel delay really worthy of it. And in fact, a few of our plans have smart benefits where if you're delayed, we're tracking your flight. If you give us your flight information and we're issuing $100. So I don't know about you, but I have a family of five. So when I'm delayed and I get a $500 instant credit, that makes me spending, that way too much money at the airport a little bit more palatable.
So how has Allianz adapted to the changing times? I mean, we're in this post-COVID world. You're always coming up with new products and new support. Let's hear what's going on.
So one of my things is, our staff is from the travel industry, right? So we're out there talking to agents. We see what's going on, and we try to really strategize about what do we need tomorrow, not just today. Like, yes, we built for COVID, and that's there, right? But during COVID, we said, what's the next step? And what we were seeing is a need for higher trip costs, like, literally over 50, 60, 70, $100,000. So we built plans that go up so a traveler who's doing a world cruise can be covered. So we moved our trips cost up. We moved our travel length up, so you can travel longer, so you can travel even over a year if you're doing a world cruise. And then I'll say the everyday person, because I'm not booking a $125,000 trip for my family. We did things where we increased our reasons to cancel. Like we added vet coverage. So we look at your dog as actually, or your cat as a family member, right? So trying to add benefits that make sense, trying to limit the gotchas, because really travel insurance is an agreement between two parties, right? So we try to cast a large net. So we bring a tremendous amount of value to the traveler and to the advisor, right? Because we want the advisor to be able to say, like, I'm using a travel insurance company that has more reasons to cancel than anyone else, that covers more big spenders, if you will, out there in the industry, longer trip costs, but just covers more things. Like we added extending a school year for a reason to cancel. So if there's a lot of winter storms, we're talking about Mother Nature, where there's either no snow or too much snow, and the school year gets actually extended, and you have that trip that starts the day after, you can actually cancel and get your money and rebook that trip of a lifetime.
That's all benefit to the travel advisor who's selling the product that wants to look good in front of their clients. And that goes into this question about how are you forging your partnership with travel advisors? Because you're not just an insurance company, you're trying to be a partner.
So we have district directors, which are people on the ground, right? So we've increased our presence in the field, all to bring value, that we're still walking into offices, having webinars, training our advisors on the benefits that they can show their customers. So it's an investment in that. It's an investment in our consortium partnerships, to making sure we're supporting our partners at every level. So I'll say it's a stage approach. It's strong people that engage on our advisor partners. It is being at events, whether it's through ASTA, because we're big supporters of ASTA, because ASTA really represents the industry so well by whether it's taxation or how you're going to book an airfare and see the right price in the GDS, to really being part of tourism cares, because we have to be mindful of places that we go. So it's not a one-stage approach. And I think in the industry, it's easy, to sell a product and just have it. Our thought process is it's fully encompassed. It's building relationships through organizations that like such as ASTA, that support our partners, to tourism cares, to bringing the people that matter into, to build the partnerships, because partnerships are about, when things are strained, how do we step up, lean in? And I think that's what matters. Is it's not a one-phase approach. We've got the best products, great. We've got the best people, great. We've got the great partners, great. We've got the great organizations we work with. Now it's encompassing all of them to deliver really what matters to our partners.
We've been talking about partnerships with the travel advisor and with ASTA, but you also have partnerships that help you make investments in future products. Can you tell us about that?
Well, there's the product investment, and then also there's the technology investment. So it doesn't just stop at one thing. So take the Travel Smart app. Huge investments there. In fact, we're not stopping investments. We're not building it and stop. But if you look at the Travel Smart app, here, everybody travels with their phone, and even the 80-year-old mother out there is still going to download the Travel Smart app. But it's so powerful. One, you can hold your policy, but you can also get help with a touch of a button. No matter where you are in the world, you can hit a button and talk to us. But it does even so much more than that. It connects you, it holds your policy, it lets you file a claim. I mean, talk about travel delays. When I'm at the airport and I'm delayed and it meets the threshold of my policy, I'm pulling out my phone and clicking on and following a claim right online. I mean, it's just quick, easy, and accessible. And I think that is a huge part of the travel when you travel, to have that at your fingertips.
I watch Insider Travel Report, and this is important information for me since I'm a policyholder.
Yeah. So, and look, if you're on a trip, whether your bag's delayed or a misconnection, you can call us, but you can file that claim, and you don't come home and forget about it. Use it for everything that it's worth.
That's great. So we're going out to now over 122,000 travel advisors. Let's talk about how they can get in contact. What websites should they visit? Where can they learn more? And what would you like them to know?
Well, so I would like them to know that we have so many resources out there to help build the business. Allianz is not about doom and gloom, right? It's about, when you're on your journey, take a friend along. When you're booking your journey, protect your investment. So for the advisor, we actually have some really great social media posts that you can put out there. And again, it's really about having a conversation with your traveler, with your client, about how to protect the investment, right? And again, it's about part of the journey. So yes, we have Agent Max. Agent Max is an incredible booking tool for the agent. So you can find assets there. You can find assets at joinallianzpartners.com, allianzadvantage.com. So one place to have all your really marketing materials, your coverage alerts, these great things that you can have at your fingertips, where you don't have to go look at 10 different places. So we talked about investments. We're always making Agent Max brighter, smarter. It talks to the GDS, talks to Client Base Plus for using that. So, and it also, you can build a quote and send a quote out and really utilize, let the technology talk to your customers as they go along. So really, we're going to show you some great assets to have, whether it's print media, social media, or just, launching us on your website, where you can always guide your traveler back to booking. So you can position travel insurance well and really let your customer, do the work also, if you want them to.
So as a final thought, what are all the websites that travel advisors should be aware of?
I'll say one is the most important, which is allianzadvantage.com. So if you'd like to learn how to work with Allianz, you can go to allianzadvantage.com and learn how to sign up. And we'll take you through the process and get you set up with your own we call them ad cams. So you'll get your ad cam, you'll be able to book and have access to all the tools.
So Agent Max is there as well?
Yes. So if you're a partner of ours, you can go to allianzadvantage.com and you can find all the marketing assets you need. You can find all the coverage alerts you need. You can find out how to log on to Agent Max. So it's kind of like the one website that does it all, from joining Allianz to if you're a partner of ours and want to learn something like, when does a name storm? Like, how does the Hawaii wildfires affect my travel and my policy? So it's really a robust site that does it all.
Richard, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for really delivering our message to our advisors, because, without them, really, there's no us.
And it's our pleasure. This is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.